trying a different angle. What's up, people? Backing up a bit so you can see me. But yeah, I'm trying a different angle. So today, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I fell asleep. So we're gonna do two videos today. I'm doing this one, and then later today or tonight. I don't know what time tonight. If not tonight, for sure tomorrow at some time before I go to the movies. I'm gonna be watching because I'm gonna be watching 65, which I'm also gonna review. I probably will review that Sunday because actually, I guess before I do that, I'm gonna go and do a couple things. I'm gonna try to do Puss in Boots Last Wish today because Scream 6 is on the high seas already. So, and I'm gonna watch. I don't know when yet. I'm either gonna watch it sometime tomorrow, so then I can maybe review it Sunday and then do 65 maybe Sunday too. So maybe I just do two videos Sunday. We'll see. But Hellraiser 8 Hellworld. I'm gonna be honest, this is easily the best Hellraiser since 4. I'm gonna be honest. This I didn't hate it. I thought I would, but it's not great. I don't like that there's not a lot of Pinhead in it. I think that's my only real negative. But everything else, like it the biggest thing, it actually feels like a Hellraiser movie because it feels like they originally planned it to be a Hellraiser movie. The amount of times they, like, even just from the start of the movie, you're already talking about the Hellraiser, the box, Hellworld, because Hellworld's like a game. So that's the only thing a little iffy on. I don't know if I like it being that meta because it's not Scream, but whatever. It works for the story. Lance Henriksen is fucking great as the host. He's like basically your villain throughout the film. I thought he was great. And I think one of the things when I saw that Lance Henriksen was going to be in, I'm like, okay, this could be good because he any kind of project he's in, he elevates. And I think he heavily elevates it. He's easily the best character. So basically, the film is about a group of friends who are into the Hellworld game. Their friend Adam ends up killing himself because he gets too immersed. I mean, we get this whole reveal that the host of the event, which is this Hellraiser Hellworld event where Hellworld players who pass the game can go, and it's like basically a giant party, but it's just a trap for the host, who is revealed to be Adam's dad. I thought that stuff was really well done. You have a young Henry Cavill. You have a Catherine Winnick in this, so I thought she was great. Like the cast definitely is a lot better. I'm her friends aren't or whatever. That white dude and the white girl and the black guy or kind of whatever as like characters, but it was cool. Seeing a young Catherine Winnick was good. Young Henry was good, even though he was basically the douchebag boyfriend in this movie, but I thought he did decent for the little bit he was in it. The actor who played Jake, I thought he was good. So like there was actually some decent characters in this. So I'll say like that's why this one was just kind of a pleasant surprise. I mean, and the biggest one, it was actually intended to be made as a Hellraiser movie. It wasn't some let's take some other plot, but we're gonna turn it into Hellraiser. This is an actual Hellraiser movie from like the beginning. So like they planned this. So way better. I think that's the reason instantly I'm okay, this is instantly better. And it's not boring like the last one is. You have characters you're somewhat into, you know. Yeah, you don't get a lot of Pinhead in this movie. Like you see him in a couple scenes and then he comes in towards the end. But that's fine. Like Lance Henriksen plays it so well that I feel like he can kind of carry the movie. And the kills they don't hold back on. The first kill, which is gonna be the thumbnail, which is that white chick with the black hair, the goth girl. I'm just gonna call it the goth chick, looking chick. Her death was pretty brutal. The black dudes is pretty like they don't hold back on the kills in this movie. So, and I do like the twist in the end. I thought that was cool, where you get the reveal that they've been basically buried alive this whole time, and that everything they're seeing is a bunch of hallucinations. I thought that was great. I thought that twist was great. Lance Henriksen goes out pretty brutally. He gets fucking sliced in half. So overall, awesome. I'm gonna say it's a good movie. I don't want to say awesome, but it's good. It's easily the best Hellraiser since the fourth one. Way better than the last three we've been watching. So, but yeah. Later tonight, Puss in Boots Last Wish, which I can't wait to watch again. That one easily the best animated movie in a decade or even decades even. So I'll be reviewing that later tonight. Yeah, let's get started here. Fucking hell, sorry guys. Fucking bowls and clogged. So the movie opens. Basically, we get like a flashback of Adam playing the game before he ultimately kills himself because he got too immersed in it. And the friends kind of blame themselves. So we have like a scene at the funeral. Chelsea's Catherine Winnick's character, while she's talking to Adam's body, his body kind of comes alive, like, kind of hallucination. And then we have a time jump. It's a few years later. She's dating. I'll admit, I don't really remember Henry Cavill's character's name. I'll just call him Henry. Shows up and wants to go to the Hellworld event, which is like this party. So, and the only way you can get invited is if you successfully. Hold on, let me try to fix the camera a bit. Is you gotta basically successfully beat the game. Because in this world, Hellraiser, I guess, exists. I don't know if they don't say if it exists this movie, or if it's just, in general, just the Hellraiser fandom, which is just based off the real events, and they took it and, merged it, which, in a way, that's kind of realistic. Then we also meet their friends, and they end up getting invited. They end up successfully beating the game, and they decide to go to the Hellworld event. Chelsea reluctantly goes. They go to the other thing I do like. I like when movies sometimes don't have a lot of sets. So basically, this movie, majority of it is in this mansion. Basically, the good rest of the movie is pretty much in this mansion. So they go, and this is where they meet the host. He has a lot of like memorabilia from the Hellraiser movies. He shows them around. Then the host, because Chelsea thinks he stabs her, like he pricks her with like some kind of thing, and she starts hallucinating. But it seems fine, and then afterwards, so they all separate the group. She basically tells off Henry. It was Henry. He's basically that's his role in this. He's douchebag boyfriend. He says something douchebaggy. They separate. Chelsea ends up getting trapped in a room while the black dude hooks up with his chick, but then loses his inhaler. I think he's the first one to die. No, not him. The goth chick. She goes to this room, ends up getting locked in this chair, which has like all these blades, and cause initially she thinks it's like a game, but then the host actually reveals his true intentions, and she ends up getting killed, which is gonna be the thumbnail for this video. I'm not gonna lie, she gets killed pretty brutal. Like the kills they don't hold back this time around. I think that's the other reason. The kills in the last one were very boring, so it doesn't at least somewhat hold up the movie. So she ends up, getting killed. Then the next to die, I'm assuming they make it seem like they're a couple, but not. But anyway, the black dude ends up getting killed after losing his inhaler. He goes out pretty brutally too. Then the next to die is Henry. He's hooking up with this girl. She lures him in this room, the room where there's like all these weird stuff in jars, and it turns out they eventually become actual bodies, and then Henry gets hooked, and he like the kills are pretty brutal in this, like, and I think the pacing is pretty good. Like this movie goes, it's not like the last one where you're just sitting there forever. Like this one actually gets going, and I'll say the characters are somewhat captivating because while looking through well, initially Chelsea tries to call the police to come and help. They show up, but they don't see anything is wrong, and they end up leaving. Chelsea ends up looking through more of the house, and she finds out that the host is actually Adam's dad, and that he wants revenge because he doesn't think they did enough to stop his son from killing himself. So she contacts Jake. She because he's also hallucinating. He makes. I'll admit, when I first watched this scene, I thought she did die because Chelsea comes from behind because Jake is freaked out because he just saw like some freaky shit. She touches him, and then he thinks it's still a freaky shit, so he stabs, and it turns out to be Chelsea. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was actually dead first. I'm like, God damn, that's a dark ending. But no, it's just another hallucination. She's actually still alive. Um, they both try to get out. They think they have gotten away from the host, but no, we actually get the reveal. Anyway, so he reveals to them that actually they've been buried this whole time, and that everything they've been seeing is a bunch of hallucinations, and he talks about how he set it up. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a very well done scene. And that just shows, like, Lance Henriksen, he will he will definitely bring up one of the reasons I think AVP. I mean, the first one isn't, yeah, like, not the greatest movie, but that movie definitely is elevated by having Lance Henriksen in it. So I think it's just the same thing here. He's one of those actors that will just elevate your movie, and I feel like he heavily like this scene is really good. I'll admit, I don't like that you don't get a lot of Pinhead in this movie. You don't. You really don't. Like, there's a lot of references and stuff, but you don't really get a lot of them. But it could be a case, maybe they only had him for limited time. Doug Bradley, it could be a case like that. So maybe that's why he's not in it much. But Lance Henriksen, I think, does carry the movie enough that it's like, okay, I'm fine without Doug. I'm just gonna say it. I thought not Henry, Lance did really good as the host. He was great. He throughout the movie, just every scene he's in, he carries. He instantly that scene is lifted, and I think that's a big reason I think this movie's decent. I feel like you take him out, yeah, this movie would probably be. It's still, I would say, it's better than the last three, but still not great. One thing I do like in this too is that the box is introduced in an actual genuine way in this movie, and not like fucking the last three where, oh, the box is just at this random crime scene, because this wasn't originally a Hellraiser movie. This was like some shitty detective movie turned into a Hellraiser movie. This is actually a Hellraiser movie. Not the greatest one, obviously, and I don't think it's up there with like the first two, but it's decent. I think it's decent enough that at least I said this is the best one since 4. And this was at least like, okay, at least I somewhat like this one. And it's not just another dog shit one. We'll see how, I think the next one's Revelations. I think that's the next one. We'll see how that one holds up, but this one's decent. I'll say it. easily one of the better Hellraiser sequels. Um, so Lance Henriksen. Oh, and the soundtrack's not pretty bad either. It's a lot of like because it's 2005, so you have a lot of uh, I wouldn't call it new metal, more alternative. Yeah, like a lot of alternative rock in the soundtrack. And the music itself isn't bad. I dig it. I may not know some of the bands who are singing the songs in this, but they're decent. So yeah, Lance Henriksen reveals his plan. Chelsea ends up getting dug out because the time we jump later. I guess it's like a couple days later after the party ended. We see that the cops are there. Oh yeah, because I fucking forgot. There's one scene where Chelsea runs into a cop, and the cops there's always weird stuff, and he ends up getting killed like pretty brutally by Pinhead. Like he gets like impaled. But yeah, the cops actually dig her out, and they end up digging out her friends. Basically, all of them are dead except Jake. I guess Jake and her become a couple. They don't really set it up. They just yeah, we're a thing now. It's like okay, so after that, we see the host in a hotel is opening the box. He doesn't think it's real, right? And then Pinhead and the Cenobite show up. And I thought for the little bit we see of Doug Bradley, he had some good lines. Doug Bradley always delivers, even for if he's in it for a little bit. Says some lines before the Cenobites slice him and have like this big, it's like a chain and has like a giant blade at the end. Ends up killing him, the host. Then we see Jake and Chelsea in a car. They have like a vision of the host nearly causing them to crash, and then we go back to the hotel room where the cops find the blood and the body, and we see the box in the corner just covered in blood. Good shot. Overall, really good movie. Not really good, but it's easily the best Hellraiser in a while. So that's why I'm a little bit more positive on it, just to say, finally a decent one. So Lance Henriksen is a big reason why. He's easily the VIP of the movie. He managed to carry it. Like every scene he's in, he made the movie feel like official. So everyone else was, I think, Jake was okay. He was an okay character. I really like Chelsea, and part of the reason is because she's Catherine Winnick. I think she's a great actress in general, who, in my opinion, should have been Black Canary, but that's just me. But she's believable, and they try to give these characters somewhat a story. And even though he played a one-note character, he's just the douchebag. It was cool seeing Henry, young Henry Cavill before he became a big actor. So, and there was some solid kills. So I overall really like this entry. I definitely recommend it. You can even kind of watch it as its own, like as like a homage to the Hellraiser world in a way. So, but I definitely like it. At least it's just a decent one. We'll see how Hellraiser 9, I think Revelations that's what that one's called. I hope that one's good. We'll see. I mean, this one was decent, so, but a big reason because of Lance Henriksen, and there was actually some solid gore too. So, but anyway, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Later, sorry. Later with the Puss in Boots Last Wish review. I don't know what time. I'm definitely gonna try to review it today because there's a lot of reviews I got to do this week, and I got to do 65. Also got to do Scream 6. So yeah, but Puss in Boots Last Wish. I can't wait to watch that again. That one was great, and then we'll kind of be done with the Shrek franchise, and I'll figure out what we'll do on Fridays next. So, but yeah, cheers out, and I'll talk to y'all in a bit. As usual, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Fuck Joe Biden. Peace.